I'm Jared Reeves, head chef of Grain Bar here in Sydney. I'm here to show you today our duck prosciutto. It's one of the new dishes from our cured and caviar menu in the bar. So our curing salt mixture here is 2 parts salt to 1 part sugar. We then use spices of star anise, coriander seed, black pepper, ground clove, and grapefruit zest. We then mix all that together. So the first thing we're going to do with the duck breast is we're just going to clean up some of the excess fat on there. Now you do want to leave a little bit extra fat as opposed to doing a duck breast for normal service, because that fat will start to shrink throughout the curing process. We turn it over. We remove the little tenderloin here. This makes for a great staff snack. And then we remove any excess sinew on the breast. So now that breast is ready to go. So once your duck breast is all trimmed up, we move it over to a nice clean tray, and then we go back and we add some of that curing salt to it. You want to be quite generous with it, as it will start to eat up all of those flavors. Make sure you do both sides. Rub it into the meat so that it really gets in there. And then we're going to put this in the fridge for the next 5 days like that. So after 5 days, we come back to the fridge here. We can see that this is ready to go, as it's actually shrunk up quite a bit. It's lost a lot of its moisture, but it's still got just a little bit of give to it, so we don't want to have it completely dried out so that it becomes tough. So now that our duck is finished curing, we just want to lightly rinse that salt off of there. The reason we do that is it's going to stop the curing process. If we were to leave any of that salt on there, it would actually continue to cure, and in the next couple of days it would just become really quite tough. So that's all we need to do. Make sure you use cold water on that, and like I said, not an excessive amount of water. Back onto a clean tray, and then onto the next step. So now that we've got our duck breast rinsed off of any excess salt, what we're going to do is we're just going to lay that on a part of the grill that's really a nice low heat. What I like to do is I actually turn the grill on over here, and then this side's off. So the idea is we're just going to render out some of that excess fat, and this actually starts to give you a nice sort of subtle caramel flavor that you would normally get from a smoked meat, but this way it's a lot more light, it's a lot more subtle, you're not smoking the entire breast. So that's actually going to sit on there for about 15-20 minutes. Like I said, nice low heat. We'll come back in about 5-6 minutes and we'll just flip it around the other side like that, and then that's ready to go. So now we've got our duck, it's completely done here. We've cured it, we've rinsed it, and we've rendered out that fat on top. Now to serve it, we're going to take a nice sharp knife, and we're just going to do really thin little slices. It's very important with this not to rush. Just take your time. You want to get just a little bit of that fat on there, because that's where you're going to get that caramel flavor from. And for a serve, we generally do about 6 to 7 slices. This is quite a rich product at the end of the day, so it's not something that you want to overindulge on. So this is our finished duck prosciutto here. Look, it is one of those things that's a little bit time consuming, but personally it's one of my favorite things to do in the kitchen. You really get to see the rewards of your patience pay off with this. Like I said, it does take 5 days. There is a lot of steps involved with it, but at the end of the day you've got a really great product. It's also something that's really great to teach some of the younger chefs in the kitchen, because for me, I really believe this is one of the arts that if we don't hand down to the next generation of chefs, it will get lost and it will be forgotten about.
Brought to you by Cookers, the future of cooking oils.